another groundbreaking experience at SCC. And I will tell you, off in the distance behind me is one that we broke ground a while back on, and it's nearing completion. And we expect to have a ribbon cutting ceremony this fall and get that one open. And it is a fabulous building. We were really excited about it. Our architects and our builders, contractors have done a fabulous job with that building, and we're very, very pleased with it. And now today we want to celebrate yet another shiny building that we're going to build on campus, and it will be really directed at our students. It'll be a residence hall tower. And we do have a tower in the back that's about 3 stories, but this one's going to go 4 stories, and it'll be right in our front yard, right behind me here. So you'll see by this picture, as well as we have some pictures that will flow on that computer screen back there, that monitor. But I would like to welcome each of you here on such a beautiful day for this very, very special event. And isn't this yet a beautiful day? I mean, this is incredible, given what we had about a week ago. And we have the tent. We really weren't expecting rain. We were expecting hot weather, the sun. So we wanted to get in out of the sun. And I've had a little work done on my face here because I've been in the sun too much. And so I just yesterday was at the skin doctor and got zapped a few times. And so I have some bumps and bruises. And as my wife says, wake up to makeup. So there's makeup on this face here. And one of the last times I did an event like this, I had played basketball that morning or the morning before. And yes, a short white man like me can play basketball. At least I could. But I took a head to the face, and I had a nice big shiner right here. And I was supposed to be doing an event. And so that night, I dressed up really, really nice. And I wore this tie, and I said, concentrate on the tie, not the face. So I will say that to you today. Concentrate on the tie, not the face, and we'll get along just fine. I would like to acknowledge our Board of Trustees. All of them are here, and I'm very, very pleased that they're here. And we'll introduce them, and then our chair will come in just a little bit. Moody Nabolsi, Chair from Fort Madison. Jeff Heelan, our Vice Chair from Burlington. Janet Feifler Friends from Keokuk. Lanny Hilliard, he's one of our members from Minneapolis. And I'm still able to say this because she's still relatively new, but it will soon go away, is our newest board member, Chris Prowitz from Mount Pleasant. Now, this isn't just a ceremonial board. They work hard, and they do a lot of work. They meet every month, and they have to wrestle with some of the tough issues. But even they come together more than just that once a month time frame, but they go through weeks and months of research, of studying issues, trying to understand matters, and really trying to come to grips with some of the tough issues that we have to deal with, so that they can guide and lead us in a healthy direction. And so I'm really proud of them. It's really my honor to be working with them, and they give me good support, great support, and they give me good guidance. And a president, a person couldn't ask for anything more than that. So I really do appreciate them as they help us make SCC a better place, a better institution. So today's ceremony is very special as it has a twofold meaning. And I said that about the Health Professions Building a couple years ago when we broke ground for that. And I will also say, as it relates to this facility, this has been a while in coming. because we've gone through lots and lots and lots of time frames and potential developers and different thought patterns, and Kevin's going to address some of that when he comes for just a few moments. But it's been a while in coming. But first fold is to break ground in continuation of the development of West Burlington campus for our students and our student athletes. And that's really, really important to me, that we're doing things for our students, because that's what it's all about. That's what it boils down to, is about the students. And so that's my main motivation, my main reason for being here, is about the students. And then secondly, to break ground for SCC in our continuing efforts in a new direction for the college. SCC is moving upward to strengthen the quality of the programming that has existed over the years, and on which many people have played an important role in establishing this institution. So we're not tearing things down. Haven't done a bad job. We're building upon those things of the past, that foundation that's strong and sturdy. And about every quarter I meet with retirees. So I have an opportunity to hear from them and share with them what we're doing here. And it gives me the opportunity to reinforce the fact that they've built a good, solid foundation here. And we're not in the business of tearing it down. We're in the business of advancing it. So that's what you're seeing here with this new structure that's going to be going up. That's what you're seeing in the health professions. And hopefully this fall, we'll be working on that science building. So we'll see how that comes all together, and as we move forward with that. You can see behind me that the construction on this new tower has already started. I don't know how many piers they put in the ground. I think 23. Is that what it is, Ron, Steve? About 23 piers. Somewhere in the neighborhood about 60 feet deep. Got down there pretty far. And they've got steel and concrete in those piers. And along with that, they're also now putting in the foundation work that will run around the perimeter of the building, on which the whole structure will set. Now, this is a 4-story tower, so you can imagine all the weight that's going to be on that. And so they're really doing it right, doing it correctly, and we're very, very proud of that. We're expecting it to be ready sometime this fall, mid-fall probably. And so we're excited about how that's coming together. We wish it could have happened more quickly, sooner, whatever, but we're going to take it for what it's worth, and everything works out for the better. And so we're really happy about that. We do have some special guests here today that will be sharing a few comments with us, and then we'll have a number of groups who will turn the dirt. And we're going to do that right over here in front of our big Blackhawk sign, Blackhawk Tower sign. Isn't that something? That's really something. But before these special guests come, I want to thank some special businesses and folks who've helped us make this day possible. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge my wife, Beth, who's a tremendous supporter, and I just don't know if I could do it without her, and I know I couldn't do it without Sherry, so I tell her that all the time. Probably not enough, but anyway, thank you, Beth, for all of your help and support. Our developers, Stephen Zager and Ron Massner, you're going to hear from them in just a little bit. Our architects, I don't know if we have any representatives here from Klinger and Associates. They're the architects on the facility here, and we're really pleased about that. And then we have Great Western Bank represented. Jim and one of his workers are here. Shelley? Melissa, sorry. Pretty close. It was a S, not an M.
There's no.
And we're very pleased for Great Western's participation in this project and the support that you're giving Ron and Steve in that effort. The Sherwood Company that helped put this tent up, and who's always there at the ready when we have an event of this nature. They're right there, ready to help us. Dr. Deborah Hedger is here. She's our faculty, one of our faculty members in economics, and then all of our faculty, staff, and students who are here. I really appreciate all the work that they do, and they are they're regular people of our college, but they are special people that we really appreciate. And then Joan Williams, Vice President Student Services. Joan is over here. Thank you, Joan, for being here today. Kevin Carr, who's our Vice President of Administrative Services, and his team, and we're happy about that, having Kevin here. David Metzger is a retired architect. And why is David here? Well, he is our owner's rep. So he helps us with staying on top of all the construction that's happening, and he doesn't function as an architect, but obviously he knows the business, and he can really help guide us in our decision making. And it's a good interface with the other architects who are the official architects. Byron Wilsey. Byron, where are you at? In the back row there. Byron, everybody knows Byron. He's just a tremendous individual. And his whole team of maintenance staff, we just say we need this, and they get right after it. So I really appreciate that. Jeff Ebbing, our photographer in the back, serving as photographer today, but Jeff does all kinds of things, marketing and whatnot. So we're very thankful for that. Becky Rupp, I don't think Becky made it back yet, but she and Julie Glasgow and the foundation, tremendous people, great help for what we're all about here. And Chuck Chrisman and Bruce Huddleston and the others in the IT department, again, whatever we need, they're right on top of it, and they take care of business for us, and we're very thankful for that. And of course, a very special thank you to my assistant, Sherry Zeller. Now to our program, and I would like to present to you the SEC Board of Trustees, Mr. Moody Nabulsi.
I think Dr. Ash, we call him now the doctor of construction. He loved construction. I don't know when we're going to finish trying to find a right parking place, but he continued to construct everything around here. But anyway, we thank you, Dr. Ash. We appreciate what you do for us as a CC. I just didn't know if I want to make a longer speech, but we're all excited about going to have dinner tonight with our loved one. But I want to, on behalf of SCC Board of Trustees, I would like to thank you for coming today, because this is a special day. I remember when I have this building here, when we signed it to us, to the foundation. I remember that day. This is the first time I was put on the foundation board of SCC. I just came back from New Jersey. I came to being in the foundation. And Gene Gardner called me up. He said, listen, we're going to get this building down here. What building? I didn't know what campus he's talking about. He said, this building, would you approve it? I said, yes, I approve it. So I remember that it was, I think, 1987 or so, 88, somewhere like that. Am I right, Kevin? It was exactly 88. So we just, because at that time, the state will not allow us to own any resident home at that time. So we give it to the foundation now giving it back from the foundation to the college and all that cycle going. But I just want to tell you, on behalf of our board, I think they did a good job the last couple of weeks. They've been really skilled. And, but most of it is just looking at the future. Lenny Harrier always, for the last 5 presidents, he keeps asking them for the plan. What is the plan for our campus? And we never got a good plan until this guy coming in, Dr. Ash. He gave us a long plan. We didn't ask for it, but he gave us a long plan. Today I was looking at the house, I was cleaning up, and I find out so many paper, so many envelopes, so many things about his plan. But we like his plan, and we work on it, because he didn't design the plan for this campus. He designed it for every other campus, for Keokuk and for other places. Well, thank you, Dr. Ash. We always say, thank you, Dr. Ash. We know this could not be happen. Ron and Steve, we have, Lanny, you should be here, really. Rani and I have a couple of meetings with Ron and Steve. And the question always, how much money you could give us if we start this program? And we keep saying, no money, no money. We don't have nothing. And they were really surprised that we cannot contribute it to building this here when we started. Am I right, Kevin? Kevin was with us in a couple of meetings, and we keep saying to them, remember the word, we don't have any money. Ron, we don't have any money. And Ron keeps saying, anything you could do, cut another project, we don't have any money. So I think at the end, between Kevin, really, the way he thinks, he worked it out to deal with them, and it worked very well for the student. Now, we are doing all this, not for me, not for Dr. Ash, because we're all going to be sooner or later, around, but this is for the student. I already told my wife I'm reserving a place here. Yeah. So we talked about it today, and I said, she said, what are we going to move? I said, Burlington is the place. We could have a nice apartment. Dr. Ash could give us a good deal. And I know Steve and I know Ron. They are nice people. They will help us out. But anyway, but I want you to remember that really we had a couple of meetings with these good people. With that, when we look at their eyes, Ron and Steve, they have passion. We don't talk about passion. They have passion for SCC. They don't do it at that time because of the money. They weren't thinking that way. They said they want to do something the best for SCC. And we said, well, it's going to cost money. We don't have money. We don't have money. Keep telling you that. They said, we'll take care of it. But it's going to be one of the best resident hall you ever see. Because these people, when you look at their eyes at that time with the meeting with Lanny, they have passion. We went outside. I said, you can't. These people are going to do it. We have other people come in and give us some kind of deal to come over and run the college. We don't want anybody to run our resident hall. We want to keep it to us because these people who stay in here are our students. It's our responsibility. The other people come in and give us some kind of talk and told us what to do, what not to do, because they want to control it. And we say, no way you could control us. Am I right? Jeff, we decide not to do that because they are our students. You do your job and we do ours because they belong to us. We are responsible for them. So anyway, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you coming. It's a nice day. I gotta get home. She's making spaghetti. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And you're all invited to his home for spaghetti. Speaking on behalf of the students, we have a very fine young lady who's the president of the Residence Hall Council. She's also one of our cheerleaders. She's also one of our President's Leadership Academy students. And she's just a very, very fine young woman. So, Julie Waymeyer, we want you to come and tell us what the students think.
Hello everyone, I am Julie Waymeyer and I am from a small town called Lone Tree, which is about an hour west of here. When I first came to SCC on an official visit, it was March of my senior year. That was kind of scary for me, March, and I'm graduating in May. But immediately I fell in love with the school. Touring the facilities, it was also nice. They were doing renovations and improving the school for the students. Afterwards, I went on a housing tour and saw Millennium, and immediately knew that Southeastern Community College was going to be my home for the next 2 years. As I toured it, I saw that it was suite style. Everybody that I knew was going to be cramped in little dorm rooms, but I had suite style, which is something not many students get, but we all appreciate here. We're able to have roommates and get along and get to know each other. We have common living areas, and we've got a full kitchen if we need it. Hearing that they were going to be building a new dorm, we all got excited. It was going to be updated. There was going to be a lounge for all of us to hang out, watch baseball games together, watch Walking Dead on every Sunday night, which was in my room a few times. We were so excited for all the improvements that were going to be made. There are many athletes that live here, and athletes like to eat. So hearing that there's going to be a food court in our basement only made us more excited. The new dorm looks amazing. I can see it now, and I'm so excited to have so many new students come to SCC. As the spring semester began to end, they began work on the new dorms, which got us all anxious and ready for fall semester, surprisingly. New to SCC is also the Residence Hall Council, which I am the president of, and we have our members Keegan Moore, who is our vice president and basketball athlete. Haley Taminga is also our secretary. We plan to have many representatives so we can get the students' input on what they want from their residence hall. We will have representatives from each sport, men and women's, and we will have non-athletes as well, so we can get their input on what they do and don't want from their college experience. Everything here is about the students and focusing, making sure they get what they would like from their college experience. We have many plans to do activities at least once a month. Decorations will be up as well, so we can make the school an all-around great environment for every student. Thank you everybody for coming and making this possible for all of us students.
Now I'd like to invite Kevin Carr to come, and he's going to share a little bit about how we got this all started, and then he will introduce our developers. Kevin?
Wow, don't we got great student leadership here, Julie? I'm so proud of you. And Mr. Chair, just one note that we are an alcohol-free campus, so there's no alcohol that's going to be allowed there, so. Not that that would have any bearing.
I think
so.
I'm gonna look for other place. I don't even drink.
Well, it's my privilege to introduce campus community developers, so, which is Mr. Steve Zager, maybe wave so everybody sees you, and Mr. Ron Massner. And I'll invite you guys up here in just a minute. So, Steve, I maybe direct comments first to you. You're the founder of Campus Community Developers, and we've worked on this for maybe 2 years. And we kept the student at the forefront. And in the end, if we grow, Campus Community Developer wins, and so does SCC. And along the way, we got to make it affordable for the student, yet we got to be able to pay for the financing. So there was a lot of give and take back and forth, but you never quit over those 2 years. So that's what entrepreneurs do. They find solutions. So thank you, Steve, for that. And then Ron, partner, came in, another entrepreneur that doesn't know how to quit either. And never quit, and came in with all this energy and great ideas and of course great experience on how to do this and how to make it affordable, and yet still, as Julie talked about, keep the focus on the students. So Ron, thank you for being there. So, and then the board, Moody, Lanny, and then the rest of the board, you provided great guidance, and Dr. Ash, for this public-private partnership. And you kind of referenced that, Dr. Ash. The capital that we have is getting pretty low as far as being able to build buildings. So not only do we have this new building, we've got a brand new building going on down in Keokuk, the Industrial Maintenance Technology, and we did some renovations here. So we needed risk takers. We needed entrepreneurs that would step up, that had a vision and believed in SCC. So that's who Campus Community Developers are. So we're so grateful to be able to partner with you. So I'll ask Steve and Ron to come up. And Steve, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about Campus Community Development. And Ron, you know, we want to know more about the details of the building. And I saw Amy O'Brien is here. She had to leave, and she's interested to see if the helicopter will be able to make it in. And also, speaking of risk and capital, you also have to have a partner to share capital with. So Melissa, nice to meet you. Great Western Bank, and I know there's a lot of complexities that I don't understand dealing with financing with residence halls. So you've told me what a great partner that you have in that. So thank you for coming down here from Iowa City. So Ron and Steve, if you could come up.
Appreciate the nice comments, Kevin. It was 3 years ago in November, I called Dr. Ash up and asked him to have lunch. I'd read an article about some of the new facilities that were being built out here, and I had a lot of people talking about we needed better housing for students in Burlington. And that was actually before the fertilizer plant started taking up all of the additional housing. So that conversation led into what do really students look like. Dr. Ash and I shared a lot of ideas. And that was the foundation of why we named our company Campus Community Developers. Because campuses now are a community. Students live there, they interact with each other, they look for social activities together. Food's a big part of their environment, like the young lady was saying. So we felt like we had to add something to the formula to make it attractive to students. Just like Moody said, that the student is the customer here. We're just builders, but they're the customer. So the more students that we attract, the more success that we share with the college. And if we're successful, we want to see a second and third building, which we have in our site layout here right now. So that will be our measure of success, is to see additional buildings built. And Kevin made comments about being proud of this project. I actually went to school here, and I graduated from SCC. And then I went in the military, and I went back, and I finished my school at Iowa. So I've got a long history with this school, and I am proud of this institution. And Ron and I both made a decision to make an investment in this community and in this college. And I think that we're both happy that we did. We're both proud of this. So after we got this idea started with Dr. Ash and I discussing it, I knew that the next thing I needed was somebody that could actually get the job done, and I went and found Ron Masner. And he's become more than just a partner. He's a good friend, and we share a lot of discussions together. My wife says I talk to him more than I do her, but I don't know how that goes. But so anyway, the concept of a community is very important. We are part of a neighborhood out here, and in our discussions, we've had meetings with the hospital, West Burlington, besides the architects and the mayors of both cities. And the one thing that I'm really proud of is I've never seen so much enthusiasm. I mean, I have been shot down before, trust me. Everything I touch is not automatically gold, but I have never seen so much enthusiasm. We've talked to bankers and chamber people, and they're excited about this. And I'm excited about the opportunity just to be part of this project. I had a close personal friend of mine that passed away that said, whenever you can make 2 + 2 = 5, you've done something. And this is what this represents, 2 + 2 = 5. We've got a lot of interesting things going on in the building that I'll give the highlights with, but I want Ron to talk about the actual construction of it. We'll have security cameras throughout the property. We'll have 24 cameras. We'll have every room wired for internet and TV sets. We have security systems set up so the students protected going in and out of doors. And this is all the accumulation of not just our thinking, but all of the staff from the college participates in these decisions. Byron Whittlesey did a lot of stuff with how to control the access. All of the fiber optics going from the fire alarms and everything will be directly going into the main building of SCC. So you can imagine if you can't have this kind of partnership, you don't get that kind of stuff done. So I think it's going to be exciting to watch this thing go up, and I want Ron, my partner, to talk about what that's going to look like. So thank you very much.
Well, unlike Dr. Ash, I didn't put my makeup on this morning. And I definitely don't have a silver tongue like Moody. So this might get a little boring. But I am excited about this project, and we couldn't have worked with a nicer group of people, especially this board of trustees, and Dr. Ash and the administration here has just been wonderful. I can't even name them all by name, but I look out there and I see several of them, and then I see Melissa, and back there as far as our finances go, she's just been really, really great to work with. So this project is, from a construction standpoint, is a little unique from the standpoint that not only is it 4 stories, but the type of construction that we're using is, I call it pods, because what they're going to do is bring these units in completely finished, from flooring to the stools to the cabinetry to, the walls finished and painted, the electrical in them, the plumbing in them. And they're going to set a unit that's roughly 11'6" in width by 54 foot long, weighs approximately 50,000 pounds. They'll bring in a very, very large crane and we'll start stacking these pods. And once those are all stacked there, obviously there's connections to make from electrical standpoint and from plumbing standpoints. But when that all gets completed, there's a very small amount of work we have to do actually in the upper 3 stories of that. We do have to come back in when we're done. They actually even have the roof on the thing when we're done. We got a few parapet walls. We got an elevator that we have to put in. But it's very unique from that style of construction. So I'm excited about it from that standpoint. And the construction schedule should go fairly quick, I think. Probably not quick enough for this Board of Trustees and the college, but we're going to do everything we can move it on as quick as possible. The first level is going to be, and I think Dr. Ash spoke on just a little bit about these. They're called auger cast piles that we put down there, and they do go down 60 feet. And this is what's going to support this whole structure here. Above that, we have a steel structure that will support the upper 3 levels, a fairly substantial steel structure. On one side of this lower level, we'll have about 5,000 square feet of commons area, or student center we can call it. And on the other side, we're going to have a food court. So we could go into a great detail on these, but I think this kind of gives you an overview of the type of construction we're going to do. There's going to be some, nice landscaping on the exterior. We're going to put some paving in the front of it. You can see from the banner here that it's got some nice architecture as far as some steel panels, insulated steel panels, some brick there to accent it a little bit. So when you look at the heating system that we're going to use, it's a heat pump system. The brand name is Daikin. It's one of the more energy efficient systems that we could use. We looked at all LED lighting in the complex. Really tried to look at all of the ways that we could not only go green, but more energy efficient in a lot of ways. So I'm excited about the project, and I think when we're all done, you all will be too. So thank you, and look forward to a finished product.
Thank you, Ron and Steve. I'd like to bring to the podium now the Honorable Dave Heaton, representative to the Iowa State House of Representatives, and we're always glad when Dave can join us. And come on up here, Mr. Representative.
The only thing missing here today is my good friend Brian Roth. I'm going to just say a few words, kind of maybe the way he might talk today a little bit about all this. First of all, he loved this. He loved this college, and he loved his board of directors that he worked with all those years. We were proud to have Brian here representing our city of Mount Pleasant, our county, and he had tremendous pride in what you have here. And I can remember when Dr. Ash took the position of president here, and I asked him, I said, who is this new man that you brought in to lead your college? And he said, you will be really proud of the work that he's going to do. There will be big changes coming to Southeastern Community College. And, he was right. He was right. Ever since you've come to this campus, Dr. Ash, it's been a place of action, of new development, refocusing your college. I guess did you come up with this slogan, Building the Dream?
Group of us, yeah.
Well, I think it's an appropriate slogan. And I look at this dormitory and I think, why a dormitory? Well, I can tell you from a firsthand experience. I started at Drake University, living with my grandmother in the city of Des Moines and attending Drake University. And I can tell you, I paid a price. In fact, I didn't last there very long. And the reason I didn't last very long is because I was separated from the campus, separated from the atmosphere of the college, separated with the whole educational process. And you know, if I'd have been in the dormitory, I probably would have graduated from Drake University. That's what I think is so important about this dormitory, Doctor and folks. This is going to enable students who have no family. I mean, when I say family, I'm talking about the rest of your students who have family and they come here and continue to work to get an associate degree here. Single moms that have kids at home, but they have to have a home. They can't live in a dormitory. But for those students that are graduating from high school this weekend, being able to come here and have an opportunity to live in a dormitory and be on the campus, taking part in the educational process is going to make a big difference. And I'm proud to say that your board of directors have had the vision to make this commitment. And maybe it won't be just this dormitory. Maybe you will continue to develop campus housing as you continue to grow. I just want to tell you how proud I am of what you've done since you've come here and the work that the board of directors have put in here in moving this community college and addressing the needs of the future workforce of our state and moving us further into the 21st century. Proud to be here and look forward to more developments in building the dream. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next speaker is the Honorable Tom Sands, also representative to the Iowa State House.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to say Dr. Ash and to the trustees and to all the friends, faculty, and students of the Southeastern Community College, congratulations on a job well done for having not only a vision, but an action and a plan on how to attain that vision. And I think the fruit of that will just continue to multiply over the years. When you think of a community is made up of lots of different people, different interests, different ages, different likes, different walks of life, and they're also made up of a lot of different businesses that contribute to that community, both with jobs and giving back. You think of a community, it also has got a school. If it's lucky, it's got a hospital. If it's really lucky, it's got a hospital and a community college. And a community college is so important, not only to the community that's in and the communities that it serves, but to the state of Iowa, because you are preparing people, young people, to build their dreams. And obviously you're doing a great job with students as a result of what we've seen earlier here today. But you're also giving people a chance to continue a dream or build onto a different dream that may be in middle life that are looking for a retraining, reskilled, or a different direction. And I think the college does a great job of that. I think the trustees works hard and works well together and is well diverse to make up with that. And Dr. Ash, you are obviously a very important clog in this college, and it's good to see you here, successful, and with a vision going forward. So thank you, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you, sir. Now, just so to be clear, This is not a Republican caucus, okay? The Democrats are having an awards banquet tonight, at this very hour at the Big Muddies. So, but we do want to acknowledge our two senators, Senator Taylor and Senator Courtney, and Representative Tom Kearns, for all of their support. I have five and Dennis Cahoon, I have six really dedicated representatives and senators who really, when I go to the legislature and I have an opportunity to meet with them and talk with them, they're right there with me. They're shaking their head. They wish they could give us more. But as far as the support, it isn't just the nice, fine words that they would say at an event like this. They are really there, and I really appreciate them and all that they do. And I actually feel badly going there. They invite me to come on up and see us, and because they know why I'm coming. I need money. And everybody that goes up there to see them is looking for money. And they don't have enough money to give around, but we do appreciate them all. Now, I shared this with our mayor, Mr. Shane McCampbell. He's here today, and I just shared this with him just a few moments ago. I was doing a little reading program with the Rotary for Early Head Start, and these are the little guys. And I came in, and I was sort of dressed like this, and they looked at me, and they said, one little guy said, "Are you the mayor?" And I said, "No, I'm not the mayor. I work at that college." And so he said, "Oh, okay." And he went on his way. And the teacher that was there overheard and said, "You could never be the mayor because you have way too much hair." But I love this man. I really appreciate him. Mr. Shane McCampbell, our mayor. Mr. Mayor.
It's good to be here tonight. It is an exciting time, and I was just reminded earlier, it's an exciting time in our region. And it is. It's an exciting time in our region. It means so much to this area, what's going on right here. And it seems like just yesterday, which I don't know how many years ago it was, when Steve Zager calls me up, "What are you doing?" "I'm coming by to get you. I want to talk to you about something." And he's telling me about these ideas that he's got. And his eyes are like they're like the size of $50 because he gets just like a kid when he gets to talking about things that he gets excited about. Sheila, you know the deal. But it's just it's amazing. It blows me away to see all the things that are going on in this area, to see the level of commitment that it takes from individuals to make a process, a project like this happen. I think Burlington, I think this region, I'm going to get that through my thick skull. I think this region has so much to be proud of, and I think that's why a lot of the good ones stay and don't leave. You know, I always promised myself, I said, when I get 18, I'm going to leave Burlington and I'm never going to come back, ever. And that lasted as long as basic training. Man, I haven't been at a, you know, man, I can't leave for 3 days without getting anxiety, you know. But I just want to say, I think it's just fantastic. I think we all need to really take it in. I really think we should. This is, I heard everybody say, well, it's not going to go up quick enough for the Board of Trustees. It's going to go up fast. It's going to go up fast. And then there's going to be years down the road, and you're going to look back on this day and you're going to think, man, remember just like that day that we went for a ride? That just seems like just yesterday, and look what's going on. So I would just encourage you, which I'm going to do. I try to take in every day. Carpe diem, my friends. Seize it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now it's my pleasure to ask to come to the microphone the President and CEO of the Greater Burlington Partnership, Mr. Jason Hutchinson.
Well, as most of you know, I'm in the business of economic and community development. And there's a new phenomenon really almost plaguing our industry, and it's called the war for talent. And increasingly, people are the number one factor or the number one hurdle in an economic development deal. Where is the talent going to be to fuel our company, to make us competitive, to make us profitable? And so the strongest communities of the future are going to be those that think about being a magnet for talent. And so we're so lucky here because with a community college, it's really about serving the needs of the community and ensuring that the companies of tomorrow will have good, talented, hardworking, productive employees. And we need to maximize what we have here in Southeast Iowa. And so, first of all, I want to say thank you to the trustees and Dr. Ash and everyone else involved for having the courage, because it is not easy to go out on a limb, and it really takes courage. But when we think of being a magnet for talent and really attempting to attract people to our community, we have to have some sort of a wow factor. Because any of you that work with young people, and it's not just limited to young people, it's really all people, we gotta have a wow factor. And I don't know historically that we've embraced the wow factor to the degree that we can here on this campus. But when I look behind me, I say wow. When I look here, I say wow. There are going to be a couple of additional things going on here on this campus, I think, which I hope to say wow to. And so, thanks for the courage. Thanks for being willing to give us something to say wow about. And future students are going to come here, in part, because of wow. Thank you.
I want to thank all of you who've shared words of encouragement about what we're doing here and the programs that we're working on and the improvements that are happening not only on this campus but in the Keokuk campus. And without your support, and even coming today and being here with your presence is very heartening and very encouraging to me. It does take courage. There are some discouraging days. There are some overwhelming times when it is very frustrating and uncertain. And as I'm sure most of you in various times of your life have perhaps asked the question, what have I gotten myself into? I have reflected on that as well. And at times I've thought, well, maybe my time here is done. Maybe I need to move along. But these types of things, these types of experiences are very important to not just to get me excited or encouraged, but to be able to bring the community together, because it takes all of us to make it happen. I can't do this alone. I'm not smart enough, but getting a lot of smart people together, we can move mountains. We can do great things, and that's my goal with this college. Is that it becomes. We're never going to be the biggest. I mean, DMAC already has thousands and thousands and thousands of students. We're never going to get there, but you know what? There's nothing that says we can't be the best in this state, and that's my goal, that we're the best. And we already lead the state in a lot of ways, and we measure that in a number of different fashions. When we send students off to state competitions and with our student groups, they come back with all the awards. And then they win them year after year. And then they go on to nationals, and they're placing against some of those four-year schools across the nation in those very same events. So this is a quality institution. So we already lead in a lot of ways, but it's my goal, my desire, my expectation that we're going to be the school that across the state of Iowa and even perhaps across the nation, they will look to figure out how to do things, how to make things happen. If they wanted to do something, then how is Southeastern doing it, or how have they done it? That's my goal. And it isn't about pretty buildings. I'm not Dr. Construction. I'm doing those things because we need those things here. And yes, we do need the wow factors. We have to do things that are going to capture the attention and the imagination of young people. If we're going to keep them here, if we want them to stay here, we got to keep them here. And if we're going to keep them here, we got to find a way to keep them here. Otherwise, if they get out the door, they get down the road, they're not coming back. That's generally speaking what happens. So I'm excited about today. I'm really anxious about this building coming together and seeing it go up. And I'm excited that it will go up very quickly once they start getting all the steel in place and the pods start arriving and they start that big crane. I was so excited to see that crane when they were doing the piering not too long ago. And now we're going to get another big crane on campus. Wow. Little boy and his toys, I guess. But anyway, I do thank you for your thoughts, your kind words, your support as we labor together to make this a great institution. So thank you for coming today. Now we're gonna move into the actual groundbreaking ceremony, and on the back of your program, those of you who are participating, you'll see we have different groupings, and I'd like for that group one to start moving in that direction. But before you do, the other groups, please be ready to go so we can move our picture taking right along. But there is, I don't know if it's set up yet, but there will be a viewing station right back here if you want to see what the rooms look like or the layout of the floor plan and some other really neat renderings of the new Blackhawk Tower. And again, I want to thank each of you for coming and for wonderful comments, for your show of support that you've given us throughout the years. And I was, as I was reflecting on preparing for today, I thought, I'm approaching the end of my 4th year here, which has just been incredible. It's been an incredible ride. I'm not sure, probably because I'm getting older, but I'm not sure where the time's gone. It just has zipped on by. But it's been a great ride, and I appreciate all of your support, all of your help as we continue to move forward. And so we're gonna close with this, and then obviously we'll be taking some pictures. But have a wonderful evening, and again, thank you for coming.
Yeah, 6:30 or so. That'll
I know.
Great. Good to see you. And Ron Corbett got back and dropped off his, and we had a long conversation.
Sorry. Thank you for coming.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I did a good job, dear. Very good.
They're really short.
I know how he thinks. I think he does everything. Did you know? No, Jim just said it.